Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Brenda Conce. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like, share, and hit the notification button. Thank you very much and welcome. Today, I am going to talk about parents. Especially I like to talk about our community because I want to help our community and I am very knowledgeable about our community, i.e. the African community. Parents, in most cases, they do this subconsciously because most parents love their kids. Most, not all. I'll come to that in another show. Most parents love their kids. However, they have a tendency, not all, but most parents have the tendency of discriminating amongst their kids. So I'm going to split the kids into three categories. You have the golden child. You have the one who is like invisible, and you have the scapegoats, or some people will call them the scapegoat, black sheep of the family. Let me start with the golden child. Parents, especially mothers, dads can do that as well, but mothers more, will just take one child, and that child is like their eyeball. Whatever that child does is good. Okay? You will feel it if you are the siblings, okay? You will feel that your mother is or your father is given preferential treatment to that particular sibling, okay? You will know, you will feel it because they will give them pass that you might not have or the other siblings might not have. And in the most cases, especially when one or more the parents, let me say both of them or one of them is narcissistic, they will look at the child. Maybe the child is doing extremely well in school. Maybe the child has some extra talents. For instance, like can play football well, is doing well with regards to sports, or something exceptionally good about that child. That child will automatically become their golden child. The reason being, narcissistic people or people who are full of themselves, that child is bringing praises to them. Because at the end of the day, for instance, when my kids were in primary school, few people knew my name. They will either call me by my child like they do in Nigeria. They will call me Esther's mom, Janet's mom. That's how I was called. So it's like if my son or my daughter is exceptional in school, automatically some parents who are full of themselves, will just turn that child to golden child, because for them that child is making them important, making people know about them. So that child will end up having preferential treatment in the home, and trust me, that's not good. Because even though the other children, especially in our community, children don't complain a lot. Children just get along with things. That does not mean it does not play in their mind. And eventually, when they are adults, it can affect them. For instance, if you are putting one child above the rest, or maybe one or two, depending on how many children you have or how many child or children is affecting, can go up to have low self-esteem. Some of our problems stem from our parents. Parenting is tough, don't get me wrong. There is no perfect parent. But these are certain things we have to be conscious of. And if we can avoid it, so be it. Because children have to grow up into adulthood. And most adults you see today, they are damaged because of their childhood. You understand? And that is why we have to be very careful. This can knock the esteem of the others, because they will look at it as, but this mom gave birth to all of us. Why is it this our sister? Some parents, especially moms, because that one maybe, let me say, fairer, maybe exceptionally beautiful, that will be their golden child. For instance, I know a lady. I had to argue, an elderly lady, okay? Because people thought that, or they think she's alive. So they think that she gave birth to one child. Because with her, she gave birth to, I think, four or five kids, but it's only that one child because apparently that child became a solicitor. You see what I'm saying? So it's always the name of that child on her lips. That child. I won't call the name, okay? For instance, let me just give the child a false name. Gladys. Gladys is this. My daughter Gladys. My daughter Gladys. I had to argue one day with people who thought that that's the only child because you will not hear. And you know, the funny thing about it, the other children were all successful. Some of them were lecturers, others were teachers. She had a banker, an investment banker there. But because that child is the solicitor, it was always that child. And you know the funny thing about it, the other children, they do more for her than that child. Parents can be they can discriminate so much that it is bad. You are hurting your children. One thing about me, I am not a perfect mom. Okay, I will never be a perfect mom. But I suffered that as a child. Because my brother, I have two brothers, okay, to my mom. And one of them, the one before me, he was the golden child. He was so golden that my mom admitted it. It made me feel so bad, myself and the eldest. Yeah, the eldest child, my elder brother. He felt so bad. My mom, everything he said, my mom would say, oh, he is gentle, he does not lie. Whatever lies, my brother, when we were growing up, would tell my mom. She would just take it. You understand? As the gospel truth. That's how bad it was. Until one day, I insisted and that my mom should tell me why that my brother is above us. And she said, oh, look at what she said. My late mom said that it's because she spent 3 days in labor to give birth to that child. But is it our business? It's not fair on us. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes the one that you neglect, the one that is the scapegoat, will turn out to be the one who is going to be very prosperous and to take care of you. So watch out, parents. It is not good. And sometimes scapegoats in the family, the one that everybody thinks that is the bad one, it can damage their confidence. Some of them would never recover. This is how you will damage your own child. Try to be fair to all of them. With me, I am happy. All 3 of my kids will tell you, I'm the best. My parents, my mom loved me the most. The other one, I'm saying, thank you, Jesus. I am so happy because I made conscious efforts. I have been on the receiving end. I knew how it felt because it was later that I started loving my brother unconditionally. You understand? Because it does affect siblings. They will not tell you, they are kids. They just try to get along with it. But it's not good. And that is why it passes on. Maybe that child will go on to do the same things. This kind of traits, it passes on from one generation to the other. And trust me, if you are on the receiving side, it's not good. You understand? So please, parents, don't discriminate amongst your children. You don't know the child who will come out to be successful. I'm going to continue, okay? I'm going to continue.